Hey guys, OFD checking in. Hey, it's time for a budget dive watch review, okay? And today I'm going to be reviewing the watch that I just did an unboxing of, which was the Casio MDV 106A. I've worn this watch actually almost nonstop for a week, and it is a really, really awesome piece that is under $50 but hits well above its price point. This watch has a lot of great features, legibility, it has some pretty decent lume on it and everything like that. So I'm going to go ahead and cut it a little right now, go ahead and do the intro, and then we're going to take a look at this new, well, not new, but it's new to me, this Casio budget dive watch. All right, guys, see you in a second. Okay, guys, so we're back here and we're taking a look at this $40 Casio MDV 106 AV. And like I said, I've been wearing this watch for about a week now. And, you know, it's a quartz watch, so timekeeping, there's not really a whole lot to get into on that. It really keeps great time. As I said in the unboxing video, one of the things I'd like, if I can get it close enough and get it to focus for you guys, to show you that this watch does wonderfully is that second hand there. It hits the indices almost perfectly. Now I sat and stared long enough that I said, oh, I can see it's just a hair off. But you know, guys, it's a $40 watch, and like I've seen videos of some, you know, $200 to $500 Swiss watches that can't do that, and that's impressive. So this little Casio is running a Japanese quartz movement in it. I tried doing some research to try to find out exactly what movement it is, and without actually removing the case back, I wasn't able to do that. And I didn't want to crack the case back on this. Just at this price point, I'm concerned that the seal wouldn't hold or anything like that possibly once I put it back on. And I do take these watches in the water. You know, just to tell you, I didn't swim with this watch. I gave it to my kid. She drug it down to the bottom of the swimming pool, and we left it there for a couple of hours, and the watch was, you know, perfect. Obviously, didn't take on any water or anything like that. So water, you know, capabilities are good. And actually, in the manual, I say manual, but it's this giant sheet of paper that the watch comes with. Though it does, you know, it's funny. Casio says that their 200-meter watch like this is actually good for air diving, as long as you're not diving on mixed gas. So, you know, I don't know how much credence to put into that. I'm not an actual diver, but you know, it's usually you're not going to put stuff like that unless you want to be warranting a lot of watches. And so yeah, so it's a great watch for, I'd say, sports activities, water, anything you're doing like that during the summer. Has a classic diver's watch look, as you guys can see here. I mean, it gives off, you know, with your graduated bezel here, it gives off a little bit of a sub-esque, you know, Submariner look, a little bit of SKX. But the watch holds its own. It does have some very individual, unique hands. I like the arrow hand with the, I guess you'd call this a sword here. And I love the red accent on the second hand with the glow tip. It adds to that second hand. If it was all silver, it just definitely wouldn't pop as much, and I think that's great. So another thing I really think is cool in this watch, and maybe not everyone does, but I like the little marlin down here. As a matter of fact, the first time I saw this watch, I was working over on the coast, the California coast, and I was actually at a very wealthy gentleman's home, and he happened to be wearing this watch, and I kind of inquired, and he just said, oh, I picked it up at the department store. I liked the way it looked, and you know, it wasn't much of a conversation, but the thing that got me to look at it was that little marlin there, so I really like that. So case dimensions. I'm not going to go ahead and get the caliper out just because I've had some issues with it lately, but I did measure this. This is a 44 millimeter case. Without the crown, it's about 47.2 with the crown. Lug to lug, you're looking right about 49 millimeters. So it's a good size watch. And then it's 12.3 millimeters thick, I want to say is what I measured. So just to give you a comparison here, just to give you a size comparison, I'm wearing my my SKX 007 here, and here's a good indicator of the size of this watch. Now it's on my hand and stuff like that, but it's definitely, you know, a bigger watch as far as the case size goes. It's a bigger watch than an SKX, but it wears very comfortably because of the flat design and also that it's not too thick, and it's light. Obviously, it's got a quartz movement. Like I said, a plastic movement holder price sitting in there, nothing super fancy. So, you know, it actually wears extremely comfortable. So it does have a 120 click bezel, which I showed you guys in the unboxing. Now it does have back play. You know, I mean, it's a $40 watch, so the spring isn't super strong, but I did actually try to put a whole lot of pressure on it to see if I could get the spring to pop. And I mean, I held it between my knees and I just really tried to get it to pop, and I couldn't get it to do that, so that's a good sign there. The hands are lume. All three of them, including the tip of the second hand, has lume on it. And as far as the lume on this watch goes, I'll go ahead and at the very end of the video, I will stick a lumeshot in there so we can take a look at this. But I was really, you know, I'd read some reviews of it, and people said it's almost nothing. It's negligible to nothing, and it won't work. But, you know, I put this watch on one night, and I wore it through the night. Now, when I'm testing a watch for lume, before I jump in bed, I do have a 200 lumen, very high output little pin light that I keep, and I will charge the indices on a watch like this before I go to bed. But, you know, that first night I wore it, I rolled over and crawled out of bed around 4 o'clock in the morning, and I could tell what time it was. The watch was still glowing, and to me, really, on a diver's watch, anything past, you know, 20 minutes is great. Now, we all love Seiko. You know, they put their super lume on their watches, and it lasts forever, and it glows like a torch. But, you know, and the reality is really, a diver's watch is meant for going into a dark area for a certain amount of time, and you're never going to be diving probably over 20 minutes anyways. So why we need lume that lasts throughout the night is something us watch geeks need, not the diving community. Not that I'm not saying they don't appreciate that. It's always nice having something easy to see. But yeah, this is a great watch for the money. I paid $40 for this watch delivered to my house, and it has been worth every single penny of it. You know, I've gotten a couple compliments on it. You know, I showed it to my wife, and my wife looked at me and said, "Why do you spend any more money if you get a watch that good looking for $40? And I said, "Yeah, never mind." But yeah, so, you know, guys, if you're looking for a budget diver, if you're looking for something for going out on the weekend, you're going out with the buddies, you're going hunting, fishing, you know, banging around, and you don't want to take maybe one of your nicer higher-end pieces, and you don't have a beater, you know, check this thing out. Now, on the other end of the spectrum, if you're getting into watch collecting, or you just are at a budget that you can't afford, you know, even moving up into the SKX type or the Seikos or even some of the Citizens, this is a really good watch to take a look at. You know, I'm proud to wear it. It's a beautiful looking watch on my wrist. Now, I did put it on this Shark or Blu Shark NATO strap. You know, this is their Orca line of nylon straps. Is a little bit thicker. It did come on a black rubber band, which is actually pretty comfortable, you know, but not super duper comfortable. So I like NATO straps, so it went right on one. So, you know, as you would expect for a watch at this price, guys, the finishing is the finishing. You know, it's polished on the sides, but these edges down here are pretty sharp. It didn't cause me any problems wearing the watch, but, you know, they're not going to spend a whole lot of time on finishing. You can see brush marks inside the lugs and whatnot, you know, brush and machine marks and whatnot. But it's a $40 watch, and it works great, and it looks great. So if you guys are out looking for something in this price range, just because it's what you can afford, or if you're looking for something to, you know, go out with your friends and bang around, beat around, or you just don't have a diver in the collection and want to give something a try, see what it looks like or feels like on your wrist, this is a great place to start. Casio makes great products, and they stand behind the product they make. So I don't think you're ever going to have a problem picking up a little watch like this. So you guys, thank you so much. I hope you enjoy the video. If you do, please give me a thumbs up down there at the bottom. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do. It's absolutely free, and I won't send you any newsletters or annoying email or anything like that. So, hey guys, thank you, and have a great weekend, or what's left of it. See ya. All right, guys, there's the lume shot on the Casio MDV 106 AV, and like I said, it'll last through the night, and at least for me, you're able to read it in the morning. So again, thank you for watching, and have a great one.